Season with a second of 2 on a Monday night between the Denver Broncos and the Oakland Raiders. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They go play action. Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
18.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. N'Keal Harry, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, If you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll try the left side. Bernard. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. 3rd and long here for Mariota. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sass.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Tackle made there by Mike Adams, a strong safety. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, a big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry. Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that's going to be a tough catch all the way because of the
pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
12 yards on the return that time, and the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. And to the right side here, it's Allen. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a second down coming up. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. 9 yards on the touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Right, didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On second and 12, Trubisky completes it to Fant on the right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. McCaffrey with a first down and more, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
That throw into the arms of Allen. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On second down, Bernard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Here's a first down throw that's complete. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown.
Yeah, good job.
It's a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Now Myers for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Doug Martin touchdown run. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now it's Trubisky. A catch made over the middle by Ginn. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Trubisky will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Noah Fant with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10, starting the 2nd half with a run by McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Alex Anzalone just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he's been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards, the final tally.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Trubisky now. 15 out of 17 through the air, only 2 incompletions. It's 1st down. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I'd have to say that's a pretty darn good run right there. They had 8 in the box, still able to burn them. They've got to consider themselves lucky they only give up a 1st down.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Darrell Henderson with his 1st career touchdown in his 1st career game. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. Here's Trubisky to throw. Now Trubisky lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
Holding. Defense.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
Now Trubisky. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their 1st possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed How they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Mariota. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Mariota throwing the out route incomplete. That's Howard. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run for it with Martin, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Doug Martin, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. Mariota to throw it, and this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we can put some points up and have a little momentum going. They got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. So close to an NFL record, but denied by the crossbar.
And you have to feel bad for him, don't you? He squeezed every last inch out of that kick. Oh, I thought he had it. But you said it. He's denied by the cruel sound of the metal crossbar.
Mariota now. Allen's got it over the middle. And he's got this down to the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one. He might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Nigel Brannon brings him down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On the screen, Bernard. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
Myers' kick is good. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Trubisky to throw. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
They have to let the play call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky. And that's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Throw left side, complete to Ross. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
They had to convert there on 4th down, and they ran the football. Major surprise, but they picked it up. Now they got to really hurry.
He'll look to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll make it 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Completes it to Austin. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. First down now, but the clock continues to move. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Back to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. He's back to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, but now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now it's Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So this one will wind up